Ukončete prosím výstup a nástup. Dveře se zavírají.
Let's go. Hi guys, welcome back. So this episode's going to be about our break in Czech Republic that we had after we left Thailand. So we left Thailand on the 26th of August, and we had a really nice last day. We were obviously off, and we didn't leave the centre till 7 p.m. So we went around saying bye to everyone and the workers, and all our favorite animals and the elephants, and yeah, it was pretty nostalgic. It was really, really nice, and yeah, it was awesome. And then on the way to Prague, we got the fucking best vegan meal ever on the plane. It was sweet and sour vegetables with rice. We got some a really nice salad with lentils and cooked veg, and we even got a pudding. It was what was it? It was chai seeds soaked in coconut milk.
It was amazing.
Yeah, and it had some nuts on it, and it was just really yummy. And we also got vegan cheddar cheese and crackers. Whoever made this meal was obviously vegan or knew what vegan was and really put effort in. It was awesome. So yeah, well done Emirates. It was really good.
Yeah. So yeah, when we got to Prague, we had to get to the bus station, and I was researching the taxi fares so we didn't get robbed pretty much, because sometimes they hear foreigners or something and they give you higher prices. So I was like, okay, let's do this. So I was speaking in my language, asking the taxi driver how much it's gonna be, and he freaking it was more than twice as much as I researched online as the taxi fare should be. So we just got the Uber, and it was just normal price basically. So it was a pretty good find. And Laurie, remember that driver? Yeah, he was
he was a bit weird.
Yeah, the Uber driver was just asking, because initially Laurie always, whenever she says Dobrý den, which is good day, she sounds so Czech, so people just start
Dobrý den.
Yeah, people start talk to her in
Czech, and I look so confused.
Yeah,
I'm like, do you speak English?
So I told him straight away that my wife is not Czech, but we also told him we just flew from Dubai because he asked. So he started talking Arabic to us.
Yeah.
And I was what the fuck?
And Jiri was like, my wife's Scottish?
Yeah, it was just weird because he was trying so much, and then he got really inappropriate questions so what are you doing? So I was just telling him what we were doing, and he's like, where did you get money for this? And
a job?
Okay, so yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, Jiri, it was weird. Jiri was glad to be out the taxi.
Yeah. So yeah, we got the bus from Florence to České Budějovice. Andy picked us up there, and it was really nice to see her and stuff. But it was this weird background tension and the whole thing, and I was like, what's going on? So we arrived to her house, and grandma was there, and Andy's kids Clarka and Daneček as well. But something was really off, yeah. So I found out actually later on that Andy's co-worker is vegan. She's been vegan for 20 years, but she's the type of crazy vegan. So she basically really freaked her out with everything, and Andy bought new cutlery for us.
She told her though, she said to her, oh, you have to get new pans, new cutlery, new chopping board, new everything. You can't cook anything on that you've previously cooked on. You can't eat non-vegan stuff in front of them. You can't do this, you can't do that, and kind of really scared her and made her feel uncomfortable about the whole thing. And when she told Jiri, Jiri couldn't stop laughing. He was like, this is your home, you can do whatever you like. Yeah, we're just grateful for vegan food. And after that, and after she understood, we're still the same people. We're still exactly who we were. We just don't eat animals or animal products anymore. And obviously if you want to eat vegan with us, it's amazing, it makes me feel really happy and stuff like that. But if you don't, and there's a vegan option for us, then I'm still happy.
Yeah, we are not gonna make a scene or
we're not gonna make you
or...
feel bad, especially in your own home. So yeah, after that got talked about, it was really fine and the tension dissolved. Yeah, and it was so nice having so much spare time and not working. my body was so grateful. Like it was so nice waking up when we wanted, like with the light and not like with an alarm clock, and like the pace of life just totally changed. Like in Thailand, it was so fast paced, like all the time. We had no spare time at all. And then it went from that to like having heaps of time. And it was so nice, like just chilling, like having breakfast when we want, like on our time scale, like when my body felt hungry and not like when breakfast was provided. And
Mm-hmm.
go like little things like going to the toilet when you want to and like when you need to, and not like fitting it in with like a rota schedule. Like it's so like I just loved it. Like I really loved it. Sometimes I get bored like when we're in Czech or Germany and I'm surrounded by like Yiri's family that are just constantly speaking Czech. Like to me it's quite boring sometimes, but I just loved it. Like I was just like having a nice time.
Village style.
Yeah, and one day we were walking around the village, and with Andy, Grandma, and the kids, and it was so nice, and it's so beautiful there, and there's like fruit trees everywhere, but like there's apples, there's plums, there's pears, like what other fruits is there? There's like berries, there's literally
Yeah,
everything.
cherries and
Yeah.
just trees are everywhere. You can just go and pick up stuff if you want.
Yeah, so we just like went for a walk through this village and we were like picking fruit off of trees, and I was like laughing so much. I was like, fuck, we could like live here for free as vegans,
Some
yeah.
hobos.
Just like living off the fruit trees. Like it was so nice.
Yeah, and then one afternoon, we started talking about like my childhood, and I remember that Andy bought PS1 when when I was little, and she still has it, right? So she took out like PS1 into her living room, and we found like my favorite games from when I was a kid. So it was like Medieval, Spyro, and Tekken, and like the kids
Yeah.
wanted to play it as well, and like we actually played like a tournament in Tekken 3.
No, like me and you were
Yeah,
playing
yeah,
first,
yeah.
so and I actually whooped Judy's ass. It was like 10-2 or something. Like I totally
Classic. Yeah.
won, yeah. And
Yeah.
then what happened when
I suck. Yeah,
you
even
were playing
like
with Clara?
Clara, yeah, even like beat my ass. She's like 4 years old or something, and
It
she
was
was
so
winning.
funny, yeah. But like I'm really good at this game. Like I used to play like these types of like action like fighting games with Sean, and I would always win and Sean would be raging because I just press buttons and he'd be like, "That's cheating," and I'm like, "Nope, I'm winning." Loser, Sean,
Loser.
loser.
Yeah, we need to get that game then on the new PS4 or something, so you can play with
Oh
him. It'll be
God,
cool.
yeah, it'd be good. Yeah, and one day as well, we went to this like local village nearby where Andy works, and I'm not joking, it's one of the most beautiful villages I've ever
It's very
seen.
traditional
Yeah,
Czech.
it had
Yeah.
like lots of small like cottage looking houses and lots of beautiful gardens, like small gardens with like lots of fruit trees, and it was so peaceful and nice, and it had a health shop which was amazing. Like it had tons of vegan food, and Andy already went there and like bought us like some vegan food already, but it was amazing, yeah. And Andy made amazing food for us. Come in, she made like this really nice pasta, which is kind of like a spaghetti bolognese that's been veganized, and she got us like vegan cheese, and she made an amazing vegan pizza which was she like looked up the recipe for pizza.
There's like some alchemy going on.
Yeah, and she just like merged the two recipes together, yeah, and made the best like pizza dough I've.
She's like, I don't know if this is the right flour, but yeah, let's try it.
Yeah, it
Like
was
just like.
so good. Yeah, and we even managed to get the vegan cheese, and
Hmm.
we decided we wanted to have like a barbecue that night as well. So we went and got some really nice sausages, and we got sweet corn and aubergine and peppers, and to like do it Czech style, we had these long, kind of like a very long like barbecued fork, and then you like just pop your vegetables and like and we had marinated tofu as well.
Hmm.
It was so good, right? So we stuck these all in the fork, and you just pop it over an open fire, and it was so good. Like it tasted so nice, and like Andy and Grandma were like, "Oh my God, it tastes so good. Like I didn't expect this. Like no animals died for
Yeah,
this."
they were
Like
really excited. Like it
yeah.
tasted so nice, like the tofu and we had the sausages and
Yeah.
even the kids, they all really liked
Yeah,
it.
everyone
Hmm.
ate it. Like we all really liked it, and it was my first like Czech barbecue experience, so it was really really cool.
Yeah, and that actually day, like the afternoon, we were just like prepping things up, and Andy has this like crazy neighbor who has these like fits sometimes and shouts over the fence at them
Yeah, he's
for
really aggressive and
yeah
has like mental
yeah,
problems.
he does, right? But like he's harmless, but he's just weird, right? And he has this horse, and he goes to a pub, like riding the horse, and then he comes back like so drunk, like on the horse. And this afternoon he actually did, right? And we just hear the horse coming back, and he's just he just like kind of enters the space and starts like shouting about like people from the north, like go back to your fucking like high class lives and stuff. Like he just like hates them, right?
Oh my
And then
god.
he saw me, and I obviously like shaved my hair recently as well, and he was just like directly insulting me. Like he was like, I was like baldy prick from the north and like baldy faggot and stuff. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
And Yuri was like laughing hysterically. Like this guy's insulting him, and Yuri was like laughing so hard. He was like, "Stop fucking laughing at me, you prick," and stuff. And it was like all in Czech, so I had no idea what was
He would
what.
always like go back to the house, right? And then like he would just come back out like topless and starts like shouting shit at us. And
Yeah, it was really inappropriate shit, but it was like funny. But I couldn't even imagine living
yeah,
next to
that
them.
must be mental. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and then after spending a few days with like Andy and the family, we then got the bus back to Prague, because we were meeting up with my mum and dad. So like we were kind of like, oh, maybe we should pre-book it, but I was like, nah, it's gonna
Okay,
be
I
fine.
was like that,
Yeah, I
right?
was like, nah, it's gonna be fine. It's a bus. Like we'll just get it in the morning. And our bus was at 6 in the morning. And when the bus came, we were like, yeah, we want 2 tickets to Prague. And the driver was like, well, let me see if I have any space.
Yep,
So yeah, we were
he
lucky enough,
did.
like we did get on it, but yeah,
But it was a weird bus.
yeah, it had like, imagine an air stewardess but on a bus. So it was like a bus stewardess, and you like sit down, and she comes up and she's like, would you like a tea or coffee? Like, would you like some headphones? Are you
Yeah,
okay? Do you need
what the
anything?
hell?
Like a total service, like it's like a menu card like on the bus.
It had
There
those
was,
TVs as well.
yeah, it had Wi-Fi. Like it was such a fucking fancy bus, and the ticket wasn't even that expensive.
It was just like a normal bus
Yeah, it was like
ticket.
a tenner each.
And
Like,
this like thing arrived, this like spaceship. Like what the
yeah.
hell?
So that was quite cool.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we go to Prague, right? It was raining. While in the village it was like really sunny and nice.
Yeah. So we arrived, and then we got the Uber from the bus station to like where my parents are staying in these apartments, and the driver was like, yeah, so the apartments are like down that alley somewhere. So we were like in this square car park, and we got out, and I was like, okay, I'll phone my mom and dad, and we had our backpacks, so like we didn't really want to move, and then it started pissing or rain, and I was like, where are you? And like my mom obviously didn't know where she was, and we were like trying to Google map where they were,
Like
and
we were
then
both trying to describe where
yeah,
we
and then
are,
I was
but
like, Dad, like, where are you? Like, put the video camera on. And then Yuri was like, oh, I think I know where they are. So we started like walking around Prague, like with our backpacks. And we were literally going the opposite way to where we needed to be. And then we finally found out where they were. And like, yeah, so we eventually found them like after half an hour. And then we started walking back to the apartment. And I'm not joking, the apartment is literally at the end of that alley. Like, cause
so originally we were pretty much there. It was like
yeah,
a
it was like
minute
a
away
minute
from them.
away, but we fucked about so much. So we're like, oh my god, we're retards.
Yeah, it was really nice. They had this apartment, so it was very
Yeah,
kind
it was
of
a really nice apartment.
Czech style. Yeah, it was really nice, high
Very in
ceilings,
like
big
very in center.
yeah, big windows. I really like the style of those houses. Um, yeah, so we had these like we did some cultural things, and we were in Old Town in Prague, so we took Laurie's parents to see like the Charles Bridge, like Old Town Square, Prague Castle, and Vitus Cathedral.
Yeah, we
Travel
went
after
on.
actually.
Yeah, we went on really nice walks,
Mm-hmm.
and we were just telling them like really cool stuff to do, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was nice.
And we did this tour, which is like an old town underground tour, and because we thought there were like tunnels underneath Prague and stuff, but it's not about that. Like the old town in Prague, the actual ground level at the moment, like, 500 years ago, it was like 4 meters below that. So all these houses today have these cellars that used to be the ground floor of the original houses.
Yeah, it was so
So
cool
they would
learning.
take you to this tour, and it was so mind blowing. And you just see the Prague in differently now.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Hmm.
It was really good. You should definitely go to one of those tours.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, and then I was saying to Jiri, like on the way from Thailand to Prague, I was like, if I see any sign saying Thai massage, like I'm getting one, like I don't care about the cost, blah blah blah. And I'm not joking.
Classic.
As soon like we met my mum and dad and was walking down to the apartment, I saw this massive sign saying "I love Thai massage," and I was like, "Oh my god, they do it here!" Like I was
It
super
was literally
excited.
like outside the apartment.
Yeah, and I was like, Dad, like you have to go. It's amazing. It's the best massage ever. Blah blah blah. So my mum and dad was like, okay, for your birthday, we'll like pay for you to get the massage. So me and my dad went, and it was so cool. It was like, as usual, shady as fuck, like the accommodation where they do it. So it was like we went in and it was like really nice, and then we like went out the back and went up some stairs, and then went in this other room, and it was like really dark, and there was just this like tiny lamp light that they put on, and they were like, okay, so take your bottoms off.
Mm.
And we were like in the small room, we were like, okay. And then eventually, they put the blanket on us and we got our massage, which was ace, yeah. And when we came out with new bodies and it was good.
Yeah, your dad actually liked it, right?
Yeah, he liked it, but he has like back problems,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know how beneficial it was for him, but like I loved it. It was really good.
He
It
seemed
was
to
a
like it.
traditional Thai massage, so it was amazing. And then yeah, and we also went into the cinema and we saw the Equalizer 2. And
Great. So, if this was a movie podcast and we had a rating system from 1 to 10, what would you give it?
well, I loved the first Equalizer. Like it was amazing. So I was like so hyped for the second one and I was kind of disappointed. So I would give maybe like a 5.
Yeah, similar. 5 or 6.
Yeah.
It was shot really nice, but it was so different.
But it was
in
yeah,
the tone,
it was
yeah.
like it was like two different movies. So it had a different feel to it altogether, and yeah.
Yeah,
Like
weird.
obviously he's still a badass, but
Denzel
Yeah.
is the shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to the real chase here. And that was Prague vegan food. We were so excited. So the first thing, if you travel anywhere and you're vegan, you please use the Happy Cow app because it's super beneficial. It's like Laurie's Bible wherever
It
we
is.
go.
It's the main thing I read. Yeah. I like
Yes.
plan all our travels around it. It's so good.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's so good. So what was the first restaurant we went to then?
Yeah, so the first place we went to was Forky's and it had heaps of like kind of fast food, like junk food type stuff. So we got like tofu fish and chips, hot dogs, like burrito wraps, strudel. They had like lots of sweet stuff. Like they had so much other stuff on their
They
menu
had a
as
lot
well.
of stuff there.
Yeah, and like the fries was like sweet potato and normal chips like mixed. It was like so cool and yeah, it was really tasty.
Yeah.
And mom and dad really enjoyed it as well.
And then we wanted to find some
Oh
places.
yeah, because I was like, right, we're in Czech. My parents are there. I wonder if there's any like Czech styled vegan food because like I didn't like I'm just happy to have vegan food in general. So
like Czech cuisine is very meat based, so
yeah,
we would never think
we never
like
really
vegan.
we didn't even attempt to look for it before. But I was like on a mission. I was like, I'm gonna Google the shit out of this, and yeah, I found so many places with so
There's
much
quite a few actually in
ace
Prague.
food. It was so good.
So we found this one called Plevel, and you had to take a tram to get there, and it was a little bit off the main kind of Prague bit, and holy shit, we like got off, and it was like this shady kind of neighborhood with graffiti and
Like all over the walls,
weird
everywhere.
people like gypsies and stuff. I was like, okay. So we went, and it actually looked like a proper Czech pub. Like it didn't say
did.
anywhere like vegan food or anything, but we knew it was. So we got in, and it was really nice.
So cool.
Like,
yeah, it was just like this like small pub and it had like kind of like probably like a set menu. Probably they do every day or a
It's
few
like a
days.
Czech
So
pub, yeah.
yeah, it only had like a few options for each thing and yeah, it was really cool.
So Laurie's dad got the garlic soup, which was hilarious because he didn't expect the way it looked.
Yeah, like back home, you'd get like a thick garlic and potato soup
Oh, it's
soup or something.
different. This one.
Yeah, so like my dad thought it'd be something like that, and it was like literally this water soup with like shreds of garlic in it.
Yeah.
It was so funny. Like he did eat some of it, and Yuri finished it off on him. It was hilarious.
Yeah, so then we had the pate with cranberries, which was like your mom loved that one.
Yeah, that's like one of the best patties I've ever had. It was so good.
I had a meatloaf with some potatoes. There was like Laurie got this segadine goulash with dumplings, and it was like really rich and like nice with soy meat. And,
yeah, had big chunks of soy meat.
And Laurie was being all smug about
yeah,
it.
because
Like
Yuri was like, "Oh shit, I should have got that goulash. It tastes so good." I was like, "No, this is mine. It's like you're not touching it. It's so good.
Super
like
protective.
I'm eating it all." And then like halfway through, I was like, "Okay, I'm full, and this is like really rich. Like I've had enough." So Yuri had like a whole meal plus like half a goulash.
Yeah, classic Laurie and Yuri experience in the restaurant. Yeah, your mom got this like mushroom meal with potatoes.
Yeah,
it's not
it was
really
like
traditional.
I think it was like potato and carrot like grated together or mashed together,
quite nice.
and she had like mushrooms on it, and she said it was honestly like the best meal that she's had in such a long time.
Yeah,
and then
we
at the
got one
end,
dessert.
right, we got this dessert.
Because we were so full, we only got one dessert to share.
But I wanted to try it because it was like two different types of chocolate like layered. So do you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of like the Milky Bar yogurts and the Aero yogurts. So it was like them layered on top of each other but veganized, and it was so fucking good.
Yeah, it was really nice. And then we found similar type of restaurant, but in the center of Prague actually. It was right like below the castle, so like
the expensive part of Prague. Yeah,
a
really
lot,
expensive.
Right? So Laurie found one there, and
it was called Vegans Prague. And yeah, it was ace. Like again, I got like another goulash, and it was so good. It was like thick and creamy, and it had like tempeh meat in it. And my dad got the same, and we both really enjoyed it. And
I got svichkova, like so good.
Yeah, it was kind of like a soup goulash.
That's
how I would describe it. Yeah,
it
was really nice as well. And my mum got like a burger. And we got like traditional like sweet dish in Czech, which is sweet dumplings. So it's just like big round dumplings with like hot cooked fruit, and then it's got like the syrup drizzled on the top, and it was so nice. Like it was so exciting just to find like Czech vegan food. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool.
So yeah, we had a lot of fun with like Laurie's parents, like getting around in a tram, and like they were so excited about all the museums, like like a museum of alchemy, museum of like this, and like your dad found the KGB museum and stuff. He was really excited.
So cool. It was just really nice spending time with our families and chilling.
Yeah, and on the last day we were just like, we had to be at the airport at 11:30, but on Saturday, but my parents decided they'll drive from Germany at 5 a.m. Yeah, it takes like 3 hours to get to Prague from where they stay.
Yeah, they're crazy bastards.
Yeah, they just wanted to see us before we go, and to also see like Laurie's parents. It was a good opportunity.
Yeah, it was so nice. Yeah, so like we invited them up to the apartment, and like we had like some food put out, so we got like vegan patties and breads, and like we had teas and coffees and stuff like that, and it was so nice just all being together again. Like we all had such a good time, and like our parents were talking to one another, and
they last saw each other like at the wedding.
Yeah, I know.
So,
and it was like we just got on so well, and it was like so nice seeing them. It actually didn't feel like rushed or anything.
No, it was
like
really
it felt
good,
like just like a really nice visit. And then your mum and dad, like we all like Yuri's parents offered to take us to the airport. So like we all like walked to the car together, and we were all saying our byes together, and like the mums were getting upset.
It was so dramatic. It was like raining as well. Yeah. So yeah. Like,
and like our parents were saying bye to one another, so they were upset like about that. And then obviously they were saying bye to their kids again, so they were upset about that. So like everyone was just really emotional, and me and Yuri were like, it's gonna be fine, like we're gonna see you soon.
Yeah. It was really lovely. So we got to the airport, and that was it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So yeah, special thanks and a shout out goes to Andy, my grandma, Danice, Clarka, Kerry, Trevor, and my mom and dad. Like, you've really made those 6 days seem like much longer. Like, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so if you'd like to connect with us, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram by searching Laurie and Jiri Go Wild. We'll be releasing pictures and updates about our travels there. Yeah, and if you guys have any questions, suggestions, or would just like to say hi, you can personal message us through our Facebook page or by email at ljgowild@gmail.com.
So yeah, this is it, guys. Have a lovely day, wherever and whenever you are. Stay inspired, happy, and wild.
Much love, guys.
Bye.
Bye.